What's going on, guys? So I was planning on doing this build last night, but I didn't get a chance to it, so sorry for the delay. James Bull, he was talking with me on Facebook, so this is going to be the build we were discussing. It's going to be what's called a turbo build. Now normally I would think this is crazy because it's usually just what happens when you fuck something up, but I had it yesterday because I did fuck it up and it actually turned out pretty good. So call it a turbo build, call it a mistake, whatever it is. But the idea is that you have two different size coils. They heat up at different temperatures. One obviously giving you more heat, and the other one giving you less heat, so you get different flavors, different amounts of vapes. Take from it what you will. It is the fuck up build. It is the turbo build. So this is what we're going to do. However, today I'm also going to be reviewing the old Kuro coiling jigs, and I did one before I had my YouTube channel, but I'm going to do it again. These jigs are excellent. These are the most convenient, fast, easy to use jigs that I have ever seen, ever used, and I'm happy to use them. You have your through hole here, it comes out the end up top there, and here's your twisting pin. This one's got two different sizes. You can see how they're offset from the center hole. Alright, one's for a smaller gauge, one's for a larger gauge, keeping it nice and tight to the pin. A guy at Caseta Vape had one of these ones, but it was the interchangeable pin size, and what happened was the screws that it came with were button head screws, so they were round, and they were not cylinder shaped like these. These are socketed cap screws, and the wire kept slipping, and it was fucking frustrating, and I completely understand his frustration with it. So these coils were made on the Kuro Jig. They are fairly good. I'd like to think they're fairly good. For the review today, we are going to be demoing some Mr. Good Vape. Our good friends over at Liquid E-Juice selling this stuff. I think it's available anywhere Liquid E-Juice is sold. That's not a bad cloud. Yes, Nate, I looked at the camera. Alright, so we're going to use 26 AUG. Canthol. We're going to cut a piece yay long. You know what, I don't need quite that much. You know what else I'm going to do? I'm going to show you guys a cool little trick. If you don't know about it yet, it's a good one. You need a cordless drill or corded drill. Cordless drills are nice and easy. Simply take the end of your wire, put a little dog leg in it, open up your chuck, put said wire in the chuck so that that dog leg is sticking out between the teeth. That way it gets a hold of the wire. Alright, take the other end of the wire with your pliers and spin it. What am I doing? That wire is now perfectly straight. Makes life a lot easier when you're building coils. So there's a little tip. I forget where I saw that. I think it was online somewhere. I think it was Twisted Messes that actually showed me that when I was learning to do Clapton builds, which we will get to at some video, but for now, we're going to do this. So, take the Kuro Jig, poke your wire through, like so. There's the top cap, there it is. Take the appropriate head, you can see the one that's closer to the pin. I'm going to use that one. Slide it on and twist. Now we're going to do a 5-6 wrap. What that means is we're going to go around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe I'll do a 6-7 wrap. 5, 6. Alright. Pull the jig off. Twist it around. The end that was in the hole is now sticking way out. We pull it forward and we bring it halfway back around again. Boom. Just like that. Cut this off. That is pretty much a perfect coil. Alright, so there's one. 156. Since we're going to do kissing coils, we're going to go the opposite direction for the next one. Now, the hole in the jig will want to lean you to one side of the pin. We are going to force it to the other side. That one was 7/6, so we're going to do this one a 7/8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Again, bring it back around. Bring in the dog leg. And bring this one halfway around. Now, why are we calling them a 6, 7, 7, 8? Because usually when you wrap it, you don't get a full circle in the last one. So that's why it's a 7, 8. Just indicates how far you go off to one side. So there's one, there's the other. Let me show you guys these two together. Since they're going to be kissing coils. You can see that the middle two leads are on top and the bottom two leads are on the bottom. And we'll be using a, I forget the name of it, a Tobe addy, so the holes are offset. So I'm not going to twist them like I did in my last reviews, tutorials. So let's do a couple more. In the forward direction, we want again a 7/6 or 6/7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's it. Pull it out, turn it around, bring that dog leg in. 7, 6, 7. Alright, and the next one on the inside. So you can see how it sort of wants to lean it to one side. What I'm doing is I'm bringing it over and around this way and coming backwards the other way. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then taking this out, bringing it back around again, and then cleaning up that little dog leg. There we go. Beautiful. Cut this guy off. Obviously, I cut off way too much wire. I have enough for another 2 or 3 coils there. We'll do that for the next one. Alright, so now we have 2 sets of kissing coils. You can sort of see one is slightly bigger than the other one. This will give us different ramp up times, which in turn will give us a different flavor profile. Yeah, Mr. Good Vape in the house. Leave that there. This is the Sunshine Daydream. It's not bad, actually. Our old logo. Alright, so we have our Addy. Now, the other good thing about the Kuro Jig is it's nice to hold on to, so I can mount these coils as such onto my jig. What I'm going to do first is I'm actually going to see how these leads dog leg out like that. I'm going to try and straighten them out so they sit nicely together. Just a little bit. Makes working through the Addy a little bit better. At least the middle two. So, there we go. Now we can see it. You guys have a better idea. So there's the top two. There's the bottom two. Alright. So, obviously, there's a top hole and a bottom hole. Now, again, as you guys have seen me do before, I'm going to want to leg those out. They will not line up with the holes right now. So, I am going to take the outside bottom leg, take my needle nose pliers, alright, and again, I'm not going to fold it around like I did the other ones. We're just going to dog leg it out. Just like that. Now, the trick is to make sure you don't unwrap it when you fold it straight like I just did. You want to fold it in the direction it wants to go. Like that. Alright, just like that. Alright. So that one was the top one. The other one we're going to do the other direction. So line up the two that we want like this. I'm going to want to dog leg this outside one out. Put that one on the outside. Kick this guy out. It's just a simple fold. And again, another fold. Alright, like that. Now, we put them back together. Let's see here. There we are. Alright, close enough for us to get them in there. We will do that with the other two. First, we'll straighten out the leads. See, I'm just using my fingers to do it. I'm just sort of grabbing them, just pulling them straight, just like that. Just give it against this natural curl that we put in there when we were bending it. We'll put them together on the jig, just so we can make sure we got each end the right way. All right, just like that. Again, we have top ones and the bottom ones together. So we'll dog leg this first one out. And then flip it around. See, that works good too. If you keep them both together, then you know you're not going to make a mistake on the outside leg. I'm sorry guys, I keep pulling it away. It's just easier when it's closer to your body. So again, I got the one dog legged out, so now I'm just going to dog leg this guy out. Just like that. Out. And then back in. Trick is to keep the coil on the pin so you don't separate the coils. There we go. Alright. Just like that. Now, the first one is always easiest. You put them in. Just put them straight into the addy. Say that. It's always easiest. This is why we straighten them out. Sometimes I find it helps too to get different lengths of leads. You can sort of put one in as you go. My eyes are getting a little bit bad, so I need to keep it close. Voila. There we go. Alright. Take our cutters, find the length we want, cut the excess off. I'm going to try and leave those guys in there. The downside to having one Kuro jig and not using the little screwdrivers is that you can't leave the screwdriver in there. Or you can't leave the jig in there. I guess I could try leaving the screwdriver in there. Let's see if it fits. Yeah, it does. Well, would you look at that? So now I know those little screwdrivers are 2 millimeters, so that's about a perfect fit. Oh, would you look at that? So that screwdriver is pretty much exactly 2 millimeters. Alright, we'll fit this guy in. Alright, this guy's in. this guy. Get him in here. This is why quads can be a pain, but the hits are always really good. I'd be really pissed with myself if I screw this up, because I had a nice quad build in this Addy already. It's hidden beautifully. But I didn't have another Addy with the post like this, so my center post has turned. I'm going to make sure I straighten it out. There we go. Alright, now let's get this guy in there. I love the magnets on them, but Manhattan, it's nice and strong and it fucking holds on to everything. Yeah, so these are poking out. They're catching the side of the hole just slightly, so we're going to bring that guy in. And he's not down far enough, so bring him down. You really, once you cut them, you got to have them in the right spot. Otherwise, if they come out, good luck with that. Alright, so I'm going to fiddle fucking pause this until I get it in. Alright, so I got them in. Not from a lack of frustration, but again reinforcing my point why I like dual center pin posts, because when you're doing stuff like this, you can at least tighten down one of them. I think I got that right. I think everything looks like it's pretty secure in there. Alright, so we will remove the pins and see. Look. So we do our dry fire. Definitely see how one side's heating up more than the other one. So we'll squeeze these together. Hopefully I didn't make one side too much bigger than the other one, but now when you're squeezing them, obviously make sure that you leave them with room to get your cotton in. Since I used a 2mm pin, we want to make sure they're perfectly lined up, because it's hard enough getting cotton into 2mm. We tighten our posts as they tend to get loose. That's not bad. Alright, so look at the different heating stages. We will go with that. Alright, guys? So, since I'm still stuck on this Egyptian cotton, we'll pull some more of this stuff out. This is the Drago cotton. You know, after all that, I need a vape. That was some serious messing around with those little tiny coils. Not bad, not bad. Alright, so we are going to form some really small cotton. Now, this stuff has to fit in a 2mm hole, so we're practically going to take most of it off. And you see me just sort of pulling it and smoothing it out. I don't want to pull it apart, but I want to press it down, keep the fibers in the same direction. Alright, so those little end fuzzes that can go, this little end fuzz can go. But I am going to keep it like that, I think. See, I can compress it down to that much. We don't want it that compressed when we're actually vaping, but we want to know that it can be that compressed to get in my coils, right? So, let's put this guy through here. Get the needle hose, get the tweezers, pull it through. Oh, see, I pulled too hard and it ripped. Let's just see if I can get that through. That might actually be enough. You know what, I think it will. Let's put some on the bottom to hold it there for extra juice that happens to be in there. And the only reason you have extra cotton in the bottom is just so your juice doesn't run out all over your addy. So at the end of the day, you don't want it wicking to the bottom, you want it wicking to your coil, right? Let's give this a feel. I think this might actually be enough right there too. Alright, so we'll put this guy through. Perfect. That was actually perfect. Cut that end off. Poke her in. Poke her down in. I see a bunch of gaps in the middle, so you know what, the last time when I didn't put very much in and it was leaking all over the place, so I'm just going to put some little bit of cotton right in the bottom so it doesn't totally puddle and spill. Alright, so we used Mr. Good Vape there. We'll throw some Mr. Good Vape on here. Alright, let's give her a go. Not bad. Let me put in a fresh battery because this one is done.
Are you using the engine?
Nope, I'm recording. Do not use these other batteries that I have. They don't last long, but I have them and they're charged. I think they're charged. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they aren't charged. Let's see what they are. Nope, they're not charged. Alright, pause while we get a battery. Okay, so we got a new battery in. That's better. That's what I want to see. You do notice the one coil is a bit higher than the other one. Just because I'm picky, I'm going to press it down a little bit. At least sits flush. They're about even. Let's spruce up some of that cotton. Alright, throw a bit more fluid on there. Let me know it's all soaked in. And let's give her a hit and see. Not bad. There we go. Anyway, cheers guys. Check out those Kuro Jigs. I use them all the time. I love them. You can get them on Fast Tech for dirt cheap. I think the whole set was 15 bucks. And they're well worth your time. Alright. And thanks to Mr. Good Vape and GDO for the series box. Not bad considering it's not series. Talk to you later.